Kane disposing bodies with his new right-hand guap, the detectives investigating a murder at the university, and Monet being pushed out the game? All of this and more after this.
Monet wants to roll with Tariq. Fine. I'll take over the streets.
Stands for the top right now, thanks to Kane.
You don't say that name anymore.
I'm just saying, I think we should wait until all odds are off of us.
The fact is that a gangbanger was murdered by a killer skilled enough to make it look like an accident.
You need to slow down.
I'm not a monster, I swear.
You are a monster. The sooner you accept it, the better off you'll be.
Welcome back, and we have another good episode, putting the pieces together for the season finale. But now, we're going to talk about Power Book 2 Ghost, Episode 9, Monster. First topic is about McLean, gaming Tariq to ensure money for Tasha's case. Tariq is coming up short on his debt, and McLean told him that he could let him pay him later, but he would have to cancel the expert witness he had for his mom. This, with the mistake of lying to his assistant Paula, cost him that relationship, and she's now rolling with the St. Patrick's. Showing Tariq the footage that McLean's been holding out on, the unofficial confession that Sachs caught on tape. Later in the episode, Tasha had Paula deliver a coded message to Tariq to treat Epiphany the same way we treated Slim. This will come back up later in the episode. Now to what's going on with Professor Carey. In this episode, it starts with Zeke waking up in her bed. She has a look of regret, but she explains it as it's putting her career in danger. This is when Zeke spills some of the family business, the part about GTG. This carries over into the investigative meeting between the detective and Tariq's professors. We find out that Carrie actually used to be a prosecutor before accepting her job as a Sandsville professor. This leads us into Carrie investigating the Tejadas and their relationship with GTG. We find out who Big Guap was, and the bullet he took for Lorenzo, he didn't survive. But if you listen carefully, she may have mentioned how Lorenzo could get out on appeal, but that's just a future prediction. Jabari is now inserting himself and protecting Tariq anytime there's a question that may come up pertaining to him, denying that he knew who Drew was in Zeke's photo, and telling the detective that none of his elite students knew anything about drug-dealing gang members. I'm starting to think the roles have switched between the two professors, and Jabari may be the one to hurt someone if they put Tariq in trouble with the law, and Professor Carey may be the one that digs too deep. Tasha receives a call from Tariq explaining that Kane acted alone when he put the hit out on him. Also, he has to push coke at school for Monet. He reminded her not to worry because she was the one who taught him. Also, Tasha's cell block had a random search for contraband. This search was actually initiated by Sachs, and he was trying to find a phone in her cell, but in the nick of time, she was able to get rid of the burner, which is the only way she had contact with the outside world at will. So now she's disconnected and unable to make private calls to anyone at the moment. Drew goes to Kane's new spot, and to me, it has the feeling of when we first met GTG, that with the music playing in the background and the females spread throughout the room, including the one we saw in the trailer behind Kane. While Drew was there, he was surprised to be greeted by Little Guap. This information immediately went back to Monet, but the brotherly bond was confirmed by Drew confirming he was not gonna shoot at Kane no matter what. Monet doesn't want Kane's name mentioned anymore, as she stated numerous times throughout the episode. Zeke confronts her about what happened to him after the club, and he stated that he would need to distance himself from the Tejadas, which she understood until he mentioned Professor Milgram. Monet aggressively told him she did notice them being extra friendly and she shouldn't be giving him unwanted advice. Monet pays Carrie a visit in her office, Godfather style, telling her if Zeke gets in trouble for the swimming pool accident, Carrie's gonna be the first thing out her mouth, basically stating the first person on her hit list. Also, Monet does in fact have new product as predicted. The link is left above if you want to view it. Kane is now making moves to take over the streets. He's even taking Monet's corner boys. Lil Guap brings him product, but it's the same product Monet slings, so he immediately jumps on Guap, asking him did he steal this from his family. Guap clarified and said Rico gave it to him. Kane quickly realized Monet was in trouble and rushed to warn them. By the time he arrives, Drew has already been hit by Rico, played by Jackie Long, and his men. Monet blamed him for not being there. Kane calls someone for help, and it turns out to be Officer Ramirez. He tells him he can't help him, which causes Kane to get upset and knock him out. Officer Ramirez drops his gun, Kane picks it up and takes him out. Tariq has a makeup session with Braden, explaining he has to move coke, but he knows that with the detectives on campus, it would just be asking to get caught. Braden suggests having Effie move it at her school, and she's even able to charge more. Later, Tariq received a coded message from Paula, and he knew how to handle Epiphany. Tariq had to meet with her, and the conversation was leading to him going through with taking her out, until she mentions she would run if she had the money. So Tariq made a very dangerous decision and gave her the money he had to pay Monet with. This kept Epiphany out of being questioned in court, but it made Monet very angry. Going back to the trailer, she's the one that holds the gun to Tariq because he came up short with her money. Both Drew and Diana are trying to reason with her, but it looks like she's made up her mind. You play with her money, you gotta go. This is when Rico does a drive-by on her spot and shoots up the place. During the gunfire, Drew gets hit trying to make a move. I think we'll see him later. It was mentioned that he's in surgery and he'll be okay. Monet told Tariq that they weren't finished with their conversation. I think the Tejadas are falling apart, and the only thing holding them together is mostly Tariq. Kane may have ended their police protection by taking out Officer Ramirez, and Rico may have just taken them out by cutting off their supply. Everyone is saying Kane is the monster, but I still say both are, and the sooner Tariq accepts it, the better off he'll be. I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and if you did, help support the channel so I can keep bringing to you new content. You can do this by making sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I drop new review videos. Well, that does it for my review video of Power Book 2, Ghost, Episode 9's recap. Again, thanks for watching. Peace.